In all honesty, when I started out online, I didn't really have a clear idea about how to make it work. Like, I didn't know anything about how to scale online or anything to do with launches, funnels, or the tech to use, like none of it. And similarly, that's the same struggle that I hear from so many of you who are supporting families, who are wanting to scale your knowledge, your skills, and your passion online. And that's why I wanted to create this video for you. And after 6 years of growing my business online, supporting many thought leaders in the parenting space to do that with their signature courses, and working with a lot of sleep consultants and parenting specialists through my coaching program Scale and Thrive, I've learned a lot about monetizing your brand. So I wanted to show you the 5 business models that are available to you to monetize yourself. And what I've seen over the last few years is that there's definitely been a big shift in the business world, with so many people wanting to be their own boss and set up online, and it can be difficult to navigate through all of the noise. So let's break down your best path forward. So here is what I'm going to be covering in this video today. Number 1, the key to monetization. Number 2, the 5 business models to monetize yourself. And finally, number 3, my main business model for monetization. Okay, so the entire mission behind this channel is to help parenting specialists build businesses online that truly make the impact that they set out to make in the world, as well as building freedom, money, and ease into their lives. And so one small thing that you can do for me to help me reach more people is hit that like and subscribe button. And well, there's nothing else to do at this point than to get into it. Okay, so number 1, the key to monetization. So at the core root of any business and any business owner is that what you're basically doing is you're solving a problem and you're creating a valuable transformation. And regardless of your business model, you need to figure out, like, what am I here to do? Like, what's the impact that I want to have on other people? And I always say the best way to build a profitable business is to connect with your own story. So everything you're doing is coming from a place of knowing. Like, you want to think about all the lessons that you've learned through life and everything that you've been through really to reach your goal. And those lessons are the things that you can teach others, and you can create transformations for them. And so one of the things that gets thrown out there a lot in the marketing space is this idea that you can really quickly think about who your ideal client is. And all you need to do is like make up this character, give them a name, think about where they shop, what do they do, like really basic information, when really whoever you're serving is usually a mirror for you. And what you want to be able to do is solve a problem that you had previously. Okay, so then the next question is, how do you attract those people? Well, you want to share your transformational story, like going from what I call the 0 state to your hero state. So you share the lessons that you've learned from going through that journey yourself, like the desired outcomes that you've been able to achieve by coming out of it the other end. And often people say to me that they don't have a story to share, but everyone has a story. And actually, I'm often blown away by the stories that people share with me in my coaching program that have led them to where they are right now. And when you get clear on that transformation and your story, that is the thing that you want to share with people. So for example, with me, I went from being overwhelmed and really burnt out running in-person events and doing demanding consultation work with people all over the world, to creating a scalable online business that didn't always rely on me. And that enabled me to spend more time with my family and make a much bigger impact and have much more financial success. And knowing what that shift in my business has given me is the reason why I want to help so many people in my field. So parenting professionals and sleep consultants who are also burnt out, often wanting to spend more time with family and scale their business in a way that feels good. And when you get clear on your purpose and your why, it makes it so much easier for you to create content that is super relevant to your ideal client. So writing emails, creating posts and video content, because you have that clarity around who you're serving and what do you want to be known for. So this is truly the foundation of everything. All right, so next up, I want to tackle the 5 business models that you need to know about so you can make a really good decision about how you want to move forward in your business when you scale it. Okay, so coaching and consulting. So These can be considered as two business models, but often they share a lot of the same similarities. So you're with clients on a one-to-one basis or a group setting, and that might be with businesses or individuals. But generally, you're charging based on, time per hour, or based on a package, based on a set period of time or a certain result that you're going to help people get. And consulting is often very high touch, and you have a lot of involvement with your clients, and you have that customized strategy for each one of them. And you're taking them through a method or a system to guide them to result that they want to get in real time. And this is a model that I know really well. So when we used to work with corporates back in the day, creating parenting programs, and we used to work with organizations to build out their training programs, and we also work with people on a one-to-one basis to build their childcare businesses. So it's something that I can definitely speak to. And I stopped focusing on this way of working a long time ago because I found it to be really tricky, because clients were relying on me for their results. And when you're working with people on a one-to-one basis, you can only fit so many people into your schedule. So you hit that financial ceiling. And I found that this type of model can lead to a lot of repetition, because you're repeating the same information or strategy to each individual person. And if you aren't accurately charging for the value of your time, it can lead to feeling like really overwhelmed and being in a situation when you're kind of really focused on working with the clients and not leaving much time for anything else. Okay, so the next business model is the agency model. And with this business model, you have a skill set, and you typically team up with people who specialize in certain areas, and you do the work to get client results. So an example of that might be a childcare recruitment agency that deals with all types of childcare options, from domestic staff to nannies to maternity nurses, and deal with all the types of services that go with that. So maybe that's the legal side of things. So if you're running an agency, you're catering to clients that want their needs met and the various specialists that support that. And I think one of the main challenges in this kind of model is scaling, because you typically have a team implementing the strategy that you've set out, and you need to hire clients and get that balance right. And in my own experience, this is a model that I didn't personally love because of the high overheads, and it didn't really tap into that feeling of wanting, freedom in my business and feeling light. Okay, so model number three is courses or programs. And courses, specifically online courses, have become a really big thing for me and my business. This is how we've built and scaled my business over the last 6 years online. And the reason I love courses is because there's no ceiling in terms of the impact that you can make or your income. And courses have, in truth, enabled me to serve a lot of people around the world, and with a lot less effort than traveling everywhere. And what's also amazing about courses is that you're packaging your knowledge and expertise, and you're helping people to be equipped with the skill set and the knowledge to be able to take action. So they don't have to rely on you being there. And that creates an incredible impact. And it's why I refer to courses and programs as a sustainable business, because they can actually create the impact and scalable income without relying on you. And actually, by the nature of training lots of people and getting results, this positions you as an authority in what you do. So courses essentially allow you to share your expertise through your curriculum, and people can study at their own pace, at their own time, and they're not waiting on you for results. There's no kind of waiting on the client to actually do the work. And you aren't in that cycle of trading time for money. And of course, as parenting professionals, you're supporting parents who are busy, probably really tired. And so courses really do provide that opportunity for parents to access content at a time when they can actually digest it. Okay, so the fourth business model is the membership model. So memberships are basically when you package your content in a way that's being drip fed to clients, and they're paying a monthly fee. So they aren't paying everything at the same time. There's no kind of lump sum, and generally they're paying a lower price to access access content this way. So in my opinion, there are some big pros and cons to memberships, and I'm going to dive into those shortly. Okay, so then the next business model is strategic partnerships. So strategic partnerships are great if you're very clear on who your audience is and what they really want and what they're seeking. And it kind of complements your service, because it means that you don't necessarily need to create your own product or service. You can actually sell things for other people. So let's say someone out there has a parenting course or a baby product that really, identifies with what your audience will love. Then you can approach them and say, hey, I'd love to sell your program or product and get an affiliate cut or commission from that. So this is also known as joint ventures, and this is totally achievable. But the tricky thing here is that your audience really needs to be sold on the idea of this program or product. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money that way. So having tried all of those models, the model that I think is most effective for most of my clients who are sleep consultants and parenting specialists is a hybrid model between consulting and coaching and courses. And I call this hybrid model the 3 C's for success. And the 3 C's stand for having a curriculum, the coaching, and community. And I found that the old way of doing things doesn't work as well as it used to. So where the emphasis is just on tactics. And this is because we're living in an information age where you can pretty much find everything you need to know online. Like, what people want is for you to shortcut that whole process and provide the transformation that they need. So breaking down the 3 C's and how this hybrid version works is that you have your curriculum, which is a self-study curriculum that clients can go through in their own time and then doesn't rely on you. And having said that, I know it's really important to have support because, you may have clients that have specific questions. So in my coaching program, I have my curriculum, but I also offer weekly coaching calls around that. So you get to talk to me and we dig into all of your individual questions. And then we also have a Facebook group. So I'm responding to questions that my clients have to ensure that they are really, building that momentum. They're getting to where they need to get to. That said, 99% of what my clients need to know is in the curriculum. That means that people can get results without needing to speak to me all of the time. But if I am needed, I'm there to support them along the way, or my team is there to support them as well. Now, the third part of the hybrid method is having a private community or mastermind. And it means that as you build your business, you have people at different stages in there. And what this means is that it takes the pressure off you as the course provider to answer all of their questions, because naturally the more experienced people that know your system inside out will be answering questions as well. And I see this all the time in our core programs. So this is how I run Scan and Thrive, and it's also the key model that I teach inside of my program, because for my clients, what's essential is that their course is not a lightweight version of their one-to-one work. It still allows them to provide a high quality service with that support, that high touch support, and that community around it. And there's one thing that I really want to stress here, which is to ensure the success of your program, you need to know the 0 to hero transformation that you're getting for your clients. Because like I said, people are no longer looking for just the tactics and information. They're looking for the transformation. So I often use the analogy of climbing a mountain where 0 is base camp, where your ideal client is in pain, they're feeling really challenged or confused. And then you've got that hero state, that's at the top of the mountain where they've reached their desired transformation. And your curriculum and support will be the steps that's taking them up the mountain. Now, the other thing is, for your program to be scalable, you need to ensure that you're bringing in the same type of people who are on the same journey. So they're facing a similar challenge and they're seeking one key outcome. Now, this is key. And honestly, running a program is not like offering a one-to-one service where you can serve everyone. And I know that the hard way. And when you go broad, you will struggle to scale your program because you can't see how they fit into it. And it ends up feeling really exhausting. You're basically coaching everyone who have got different expectations at different levels. It doesn't work. And this is the kind of stuff that I help you get really clear on when you're in my program. Okay, so finally, let's see why the hybrid model is so powerful compared to other models. So I've mentioned that if I was to start my business all over again, this would be the only model I would have focused on truly, this is the model that really, really works. So the hybrid model compared to one-to-one work or working in an agency or any of that, where you're hindering your impact because you can only scale your service so far. And it's also hindering your time, as oftentimes you're trading time for money with those types of models. And often you're repeating the same information time and time again, but with a hybrid model, you have your curriculum, which is your core strategy, and it's your core way of getting clients from zero to hero and creating that transformation. But you're also able to give them support and give them specific feedback on what they're learning, instead of them kind of like coming to you with every little thing that they need help with, which would happen if you're working with them on a one-to-one basis. And the additional benefit, of course, of the hybrid model is that when someone posts a question in your Facebook community or on a coaching call, this is relevant for everyone because everyone is going through the same journey. And that process in itself fast tracks results. And I see it all the time. Like, people will post something or say something and that will generate a discussion. And people will be like, oh my God, I thought that as well. It's so powerful. Okay, so memberships. I said I'd talk about those a little bit more. So the biggest challenge that you are going to face with a membership is retention, because you have people subscribing and paying a monthly fee to your business, and that fee is usually quite low. And a lot of the time, people are not going to stay in that membership forever. In fact, that's the one thing you can count on. So it really does increase admin, dealing with people coming and going. And you also focus a lot of time on retention strategies and getting new people in. And that can really take you away from just loving on your clients and really nurturing your group. So the hybrid model is the model that has really allowed me to grow my business. It's how I've been able to monetize my knowledge and help the amazing clients that I've worked with over the years. Okay, so I really hope this video speaks to you, because I went from feeling really burnt out trying to kind of tackle all of these business models, and I found myself feeling like I was just going around in circles. Like I was wasting a hell of a lot of time and therefore a lot of money just trying to figure out what model was best for me. So part of the reason why I created this video is to hopefully save you a bit of time and headache in that journey. Okay, so let's be honest, no business is easy. There's always an element of blood, sweat and tears. But for me and so many people that I've worked with, this hybrid model has really been powerful. It's been a really powerful way to provide a high quality service and help your clients get results while scaling your income and giving you freedom in your business that in truth I just haven't seen in other models. So I really hope this has helped you kind of navigate through all of the noise out there and get some clarity on the best path for you moving forward. And if it did, I'd love to know in the comments below. And like I said at the beginning of this video, the entire mission behind this channel is to help parenting specialists build businesses online that truly make the impact that they set out to make in the world, as well as like building that freedom, that money, that ease into their lives. And so one small thing that you can do to help me reach more people is just hit that like and subscribe button, and then you're going to be notified when we release a video every single week. All right, thanks again. Speak soon.